Good morning, guys. I'm back from a trip to the dentist yesterday. It's hard for me. We drove all through many different towns and thrift stores, and I just couldn't stop. We just had to get our teeth cleaned, get some groceries, and get back home. I have a total mess in my office again. I need to do a huge, massive cleanup. When I get my returns, I process them right away, but I don't always trust eBay to relist them. So I need to go through like 5 or 6 returns and put them back in my um, storage system. And I've got receipts everywhere from this last bins trip. And I have hundreds of items right behind me under my feet. So, I have a lot of great things happening. If you are on Tech and Sports or Chris's mentorship group, then when you reach 100K in sales, then for the year, for a revolving 12 months, and you get to be in a next level call that only people who sell 100K a year can be in, and you get even more specific help, more specific ideas. They kind of refine what you're doing to see why you aren't higher. Now, it sounds real impressive, and 100K in sales is great, but as anyone should know, unless you're really new, that doesn't equate to $1 million in actual cash. I have a ton of expenses. I drive a lot. I have mileage. So it's still only a net of around 20 to 30 in my case because of my driving. So it sounds great, but I'm used to having a nursing salary, and so it's still a pay cut for me to be doing this. And so now I have a lot of lifestyle advantages to not being a nurse, and that's what I'm willing to take a little bit of a pay cut to do. But I also have to have that salary soon because it does affect some trips I'd like to make. My mom wants me to go to New Zealand this summer to see my brother, and I desperately would like to go, but that's another, what, $5,000 even just for my part. And it sounds impressive, and I am proud of myself. I'm proud of my husband. We have worked very hard to get our sales up to 100K a year and still have a life. Like, anybody can do that. Anybody can eliminate their family, eliminate cooking, eliminate all parts of their life. Don't go to church on Sunday. All the things that are important to me, I could just eliminate them all, and anyone can get up to 100K in sales. But to do it and still have a life and take care of your family and your friends and go to birthday parties, it's harder than it looks. So now the next step is other people in that group are at 250K a year. That's the next tier where you can get another call. Then they start helping you with investing in real estate, and it's all free. It's not like it costs money. You just have to earn your way into these tiers. Now, it's not free to join the group initially. That is, as far as I know, that's still like $34 a month, and that's what I pay, but I've been in it for 2 years. You can still join. I think it's still $35 a month. But anyway, the other good news is I think my other shipping video is able to be fixed. I couldn't fix it myself by trying the different things that were on YouTube to get my corrupted shipping video to work. But I hired a VA on Fiverr, and he at first, he tries to do it by hand. I think he wanted a video that was working on the same computer that didn't get corrupted, and then the corrupted file. That's what he asked me for. And then somehow he's able to figure that out. That did not work. And so then there's a $15 program or a charge or something. And he has excellent feedback. He has like hundreds and hundreds of people that say that he was able to do it. Plus it's $20, and I'm willing to try for $20 to figure out if I can get that shipping video saved. So I sure hope that works out, and I hope that you get to see it. It had quite a few bolos that I really wish that you could see. But if not, I'm giving up after this, and we'll just skip that shipping video. So yesterday, after I did the shipping video that did work, just my normal shipping videos, I had a couple more sales come in. I can't even tell you what they are. I just went ahead and shipped them. Nothing huge that I felt was a bolo. So now I have not listed for 4.5 days, 5 days. I just have had birthday parties, family events. the dentist yesterday, traveling to the bins, and it's really bad. I mean, you can't sell hundreds of items a week if you're not listing hundreds of items a week. So thankfully I have enough residual kind of good things in my store that I still had almost a normal salary these 5 days. Like my sales dropped a little bit. So it never hurts you during the 5 days when you're not listing. You're like, oh, this is great. I get 5 days off and sales are still coming in. It's the next 5, right? It's when you don't list now and then like the next 5 take a while to cycle into the system. And so my sales could be down this coming week. I've learned that from experience. However, I'm going to try to combat that. I paid my VA for 60 listings today, and I've got about 20 already photoed. So I'm going to just keep sending him batches of photos until I get up to 60. And then in the next 2 or 3 days, he'll have all those completed. He'll probably complete 10 or 20 tomorrow, and then it just depends on his staffing. I don't know how it works. I've never asked him. All I know is that I get it back, good results for $1 a listing, and that's what I do. And then I tip him a little bit. But so in the next 3 days, I should have those 60 up. And then tomorrow, they're having a listing challenge on Tech and Sports Group. And it's to fill your scheduled listings and your draft bank. Now, these aren't ones that you launch. You put them into your scheduled listings so that like this weekend where I have 5 days where I knew I had a busy schedule, you don't have to kill yourself because you have prepped ahead and you have all these scheduled listings and you just book them in for the days you want off. And so it's all common sense. It just takes a lot of discipline and a lot of work. You have to buy extra inventory to be able to do that because you're not listing those items. You're doing them for a vacation that you're going to take later. So my goal in the group is to have 21 days at all times of scheduled listings available so that at any time, if I had to have a surgery, just have a birthday party come up, I can just launch those, and then your days of your drafts or your scheduled listings would dip a little bit, and then you can work to build it back up. And I just always want to have 21 days off for any reason, because that's like a normal job. That's like a nursing job. At any time during my nursing jobs that I just needed 2 weeks off because I was sick or something, I had PTO. I had that much PTO right from the start of most of my nursing jobs. And I never used half of it. You know, I'd use it for vacations, never really being sick, thankfully. But it was there, and I knew it was there. And I used it if I really was sick a day or two. And I don't have that right now. I have had it in the past. I've had up to about 70 drafts or scheduled listings at a time, and then I use them, and then, you know, I have had trouble rebuilding them. I think I'm getting enough inventory under my belt now to not have an inventory problem. Now I just have to discipline myself and work some extra hours for the future coming up. But anyway, the 100K call, which this is my first week because I've just gotten my sales back up to consistently be 100K over the revolving 12 months. So that starts in an hour, but if you're on our group, you would know that you need to be 10 minutes early. That is how it works. If you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. So anyway, we've got 7 orders, and I got to hurry on this video, so let's get them out. So yeah, 7 orders, and where are we on our price? It's not going to be good, guys. It's not going to be very impressive on this one. That's why I do this one too. I don't want everybody to think that, oh, you're a full-time reseller, especially since I don't have any full-time staff. I think if you have full-time staff and they're a good employee, then, you know, you can be inconsistent and your life can be a little crazy, and then they can take over, and then when they have a problem, you can take over. I think that there are people who are just every day consistent, but I just have a lot of life issues, I guess. I cannot just every day be consistent. I'm trying to. So anyway, 7 orders going out for $221.37. All right, so let's do this one. This one had fallen out of the package anyway in my storage area. All right, so this is a Simply Couture 1XL, and it just had a really cute look to it. It has teddy bears with hearts on it, and then it's kind of like a lace overlay. I probably comped this at the bins because I know I don't buy too many items just based on cute, because I found out that doesn't always, you know, help. So anyway, I took, well, they used a 30% off coupon. So I took $16.13 all shipped. So the fact that they used a 30% off coupon means, let's see now, yeah, because this is a newer item. That means that they responded to either my newsletter or my buyer groups that I send private coupons to, because I don't have a 30% off normal coupon just to everybody running right now. The only people, oh, my tape is messed up. The only people who get a 30% off coupons are people who are former customers that I market to through sending newsletters, or through those buyer groups. I should have checked this before. I didn't realize that I had not put my tape up properly. That is not good. Usually I have 2 here. Thankfully I do. Okay, we will use this one and hope it has enough. I don't know what's going on. All right. So yeah, so anyway, that means that somehow they responded to one of my marketing things. So that's good. That's how you can tell if anyone out there is getting the coupons that you send through eBay, which I do consistently all the time. That's why today's so crazy. You know, Monday is not a good day to take off because I have so many things that I have to do on a normal Monday. Most of us have huge amounts of shipping, and that just adds that to your day. And then I think after the weekend, especially if I've had a weekend off, you know, you're just coming down to your office trying to clean everything up. And I've had like, let's see, I had 3 or 4 days of being gone at the bins before I had a busy weekend. And yeah, it's just a combo that isn't going very well. So this is 8.4 ounces. I'm going to put 9 ounces in the box. I'm going to also keep about $1 something on shipping on that one. So that is good. So yeah, I have a purse full of receipts flooding over from the bins. And as you know, I document my receipts just at least for a few more bins trips. I'm going to keep doing this. I don't know if I'll do it forever, but I am documenting every dime I spend, food, gas, and then the cost of the items plus the cost of the hotels. And then I see how long it takes me to pay it back off. I see how much I spent on my business credit card, and then I see if I can pay it off before the 30 days or whatever. And last time I did it in 10 days, and my sales are still really good from getting all of that listed. So we're going to have a lot of hauls today because I want to document the stuff I got before I start washing it and listing it. And I really would like to take part in that listing challenge tomorrow. So the listing challenge can't be using a VA, obviously, and I would not do that. I need to keep up my listing speed anyway. I do use a VA, which is great, but they could quit tomorrow, and then you might get a VA who's not that good. And then it just honestly isn't worth your time until you find another good one. So I don't ever think that, you know, I don't ever rely totally on my VA. I am just really blessed right now that I have one that most of the time does a very good job, needs very little help, and I'm very blessed with that. So I'm taking advantage of it while I got it. Okay, this is one of my sons. Let me print this off. Yeah, it's just a lot, but it'll help me tomorrow to, if I have enough inventory, I do want to participate in that draft bank thing. But the problem is that has to go to drafts. That's the thing in the group, because they feel like the reason you're inconsistent is because you can never have a day off, because when something comes up, you don't have any listings available to just launch. They aren't advocates of working day and night and not having any days off. They're advocates of working really hard for a while, then you have all these listings scheduled, then you can take every single weekend off. Chris does not work the weekends at all. I think Tech maybe does. I think Chris actually, he might go to the flea market on Sunday mornings. I take that back. But as far as listing, I don't think his staff works on the weekends. They do it ahead of time. And That is the goal, right? And normally I achieve that, like when my life isn't crazy and I'm not taking unexpected trips to California and all of these things. I sound like I have this real travel life, and I honestly really don't. It just recently, what was that? Oh, okay. So this one I know is going to Alaska. They paid $27.75 total, no promotions of any kind. This was something that my son found. This is a little, they're finger puppets. Let me see if I can figure this out. So this is like a hand puppet, but your fingers go in here and you can make the little birds move. It's really cute, but this is a Folk Tales Folk Mantis puppet. Anytime you see Folk Tales or Folk Mantis, that is a plush worth picking up and looking at, because that's just one of those companies. I always look for Folk Mantis plush. It's something I've learned partly because my son has found several. That's how I really have seen them in person. But part of it is I've heard on like Bolo Buddies and some of the, oh, why is my scale not coming on? Man, guys, oh, there we go. I'm like, how can I have my tape and my scale's not working? The little plug on the side of the scale was off, which never happens. And I don't have a battery backup in this one. I do have a second scale because I travel with it, and it only uses batteries. I don't have a thing for it. Whew. All right. So we'll see when I start doing the hauls videos. That's the other thing I need to see, is how much of this is consignment and how much of this is actual eBay. I may not have as much eBay as I think. So anyway, this only weighs 3 ounces. And so I'm going to keep, let's see, what did I charge them? I'm going to keep about $2 on the shipping, and this is going to Alaska. It is a darling puppet. We've had that about a month and a half, though. We started pretty high, and so yeah, I'm still really happy with that. So yeah, I don't know what they talk about on the 100K call. I know they just try to move you toward things that you can't do until you reach that level, because you know, you just don't have the finances, you just don't have it. And even now, like I told you, it's not, I'm not telling you that to impress you. I'm hoping you'll join the group, because there's nothing to be impressed about. My salary is less than probably a lot of you who don't have the expenses that I have to drive, or you still have your day job. So I am not rich yet, but I'm gonna get there. I'm not trying to be rich, but I do want I want my nursing salary back, whether that means going back to nursing or whether that means doing this. But I do love doing this, guys. I think you do too. If you're watching, you love being a reseller, and there's a lot of money in it. You just have to refine almost everything about your life, I think, to get up there where you're really getting a take-home of 80 to 100K a year. That's take-home after all expenses. I think you just have to really, you know, discipline your life. And I just keep trying to compare my life now to nursing. You know, what would I have done if the trip to California came up suddenly? Well, with nursing, I would have maybe tried to switch quickly with some people and asked them if they'd switch with me, but, you know, probably would just have had to say no. Or I don't know, you know, you can't just ditch your nursing job to go on a trip a week and a half away. But with this, I was able to do it, but I did have to stay up all night, you know, one night, like 24 hours solid, to be able to take that trip. And you know, it's a choice, right? We all make choices. So this is a Wrangler extra large tail, you know, with the tails in the back, pearl snap shirt. Now, if Wrangler and some of these low-end brands, what I would consider kind of low-end, have a real nice pattern, and especially if they're vintage, then I can eke out a decent price on them. So I took $20 on this plus shipping, so it's $31.22. And woohoo, come back here. I hope I have enough tape and don't have to fix my other tape gun while you're sitting here. All right, I'm getting my calendar back too, guys. It's been really bad. Like, I've had no calendar, nothing mapped out. And the one thing I read, or the one thing that I've learned from Oh man, what's the book? It's the most famous book. I've got it over there on the other side of my mess. Is that you can't, your head is not an office. That is the whole gist of the book. Your head is not an office. It wasn't meant for that. It's meant to be creative and to come up with new ideas. So if you're carrying all these appointments and all this stuff in your head all the time, you are less creative, and you just, your mind can only hold so many things at once. And if you have all these ongoing projects in your head at once, it really, really adds to your stress, and it takes away from your creativity. So that is the one thing that I've learned from Allen is his name. It's not Bob Allen. What is it? Anyway, I'll show it to you on another one. But it definitely makes a difference. So I am getting my calendar back out after all these trips. That's the problem, is that I live by my calendar. I would take it with me on all these trips. But by the time I take, do I take my Bible? No, I just have the app. Do I take my calendar? I know I could convert to an electronic calendar, but I'm just not sophisticated enough to figure that all out yet. So, so I have a, normal calendar, like this. So, by the time I travel with all that, then I don't have any room for inventory. So that's kind of the problem. So then I get 5 days where I have not kept track of my calendar. I'm going to have to, just start taking that, or maybe take a photo of it. I could take 2 photos of it and at least know what's there, and then jot myself a paper note, and then when I get back, add it to my calendar maybe. That's an option. So this is going to Clarkdale, Arizona, and I'm going to keep about, well, not really. I'm going to keep not even $1 because I charged them less shipping on this than I do now. This is an older item. I didn't keep track of the number. Oh yeah, $37.15. So this is about 1,000 items ago. So we've had this about 2 months, but I think that's pretty good. I got 20 bucks plus shipping on a Wrangler shirt. I think that is actually good. I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'll be interested to see on that corrupted video. It's just good to know, because I would like to know if anything is salvageable. Sorry guys, we're at 22 minutes. We're getting there. Yeah, if it weren't for the cost of gas and my drive time to go so far to get inventory, I would probably just get much smaller amounts of inventory at a time and not disrupt my life so much, because it does really disrupt my entire life to be on the road 3 days at a time. Now, it's fun. I would be a truck driver. If you've watched my channel for very long, I've said this before, that I'm a wannabe truck driver who just travels all over the world in a truck, and I love traveling. I love the road. I love being on the road. So it's not a burden to me to have to do it, but because you can't take your whole life with you, you can come home to total chaos because you've been gone 3 or 4 days. And now my husband keeps the house clean and all that if we don't travel together, and he helps me do my shipping. So, that's not the problem. It's just that you just come home and you're bringing hundreds and hundreds of items back into your office. You've got returns to process. It's just kind of chaotic. But, again, I'm blessed to do it. So I am not complaining. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out how to have the travel be less impactful to my life when I'm gone. I don't even mind living out of a hotel if I'm not there to have a certain task. Like, I don't even mind being in a hotel, and then, I've got the Planet Fitness Black thing where I can go to any Planet Fitness in the country. It's like $22 a month. So, I could just, when I'm in Denver, go work out. There shouldn't be any disruption of my life. But the problem is that I'm paying so much to be in Denver that I don't want to go work out for an hour and a half. I feel like I need to be sourcing. So that's what I'm hoping on the 100K call. Eventually, I will see what other people are doing, because there are a lot of people who have to travel like me. Not everybody on there is in some big city. This is a Dickies, just plain old work shirt. This is from not too long ago. I don't normally pick up Dickies, but I think I was trying to do some bread and butter stuff there for a while. A couple of binge trips ago, because I knew I needed to increase my listings. And making $7 on something is not perfect, but it is filling my car so that when I'm gone, I get all the good stuff I can. I find only good stuff, only home runs, only 100% sell-through rate items, only items that are going to sell for about $30 all in. And I do that as long as I can afford to be gone, time-wise, life-wise, not really money-wise, because I always pay it right back, but, you know, time-wise and just emotionally being, you know, gone from your home for 4 and 5 days at a time, all the time. I do it for as long as I can take it, and then I just fill my car that last binge days with just good, solid stuff. And, you know, it depends on how you look at it. If it weren't for the travel, I would just keep going again. I would just say, no, I'm never going to buy anything like this. But when you add up 200 items over the course of a month that you make even just $7 on, that is not a small amount of money. You know, that's $1,400, $1,500 plus all the home runs and the good stuff I get. So, I don't know. Right now, that's what I'm going with. I'm hoping to get some insight on what to do. On the other hand, if you have all these listings to process all the time, if you have too many low-end listings, I see a lot of people making videos out there, and I watch them every day. I love, you know, like Taylor Exchange, and I love Dixon's Pickens. They're, at least Dixon's, he's on the mentorship group that I'm on, and he makes a lot of money. Both of them, I think, make 50, 60K a year in the end after all expenses. And Dixon's Pickens, he has to drive to the bins too, like 2 hours away from him. So, it can be done just processing all these lower end items. But for me, I don't know. Anyway, so this is 11.5 ounces. I'm going to put 12 in the little box. It's going first class. This is going to Rocky Mount, Virginia. I don't think I've ever been to Virginia. That's one of the states that I've never been to. I haven't been to a lot of the Vermont and those kind of eastern states, and I've never been to Virginia that I can remember. My dad used to take us to a lot of states, Ohio, West Virginia, you know, been to a lot, Michigan, been to a lot of states, thankfully. So I'm going to keep about $1.50 on the shipping on this one. So yeah, if you have any ideas for me, I am an open book. I am open to any ideas, even if it seems small. I know the calendar issue. I could switch to somehow like an online, maybe there's a Google Doc calendar. I have Google Drive on my phone, and then I could, you know, input it or something. I know there's good calendar apps. I just feel like I like to see it all in front of me. But, you know, you got to convert so that you can so that your system works for you every day. It can't just work for you on the days you're home. So, yeah, I'll have to think about it, what I can do. Whoops. I have such a mess. My trash can's behind me, and there's no other place for it. Like, I have a table, I have a desk full of receipts and returns right over there. So that's why I'm kind of turning. I don't always have my trash can behind me. But I don't have my trash can on the floor either. I don't know why. I just do enough with a standing desk. I do enough stooping and bending and photoing and everything else that I guess if I had a taller trash can, but to bend down and throw stuff away all the time, I'm already killing my back with, unless I'm really careful. I try to really protect my back from, you know, trying to reach under my desk to put something in the trash. And I feel like it's just faster, too. That's one of the things that I kind of learned from Rachel Ray, because I am a cook. I love to cook. And, you know, and she would have her little throwaway bin. So, like, when you're peeling apples and you're doing some recipe, it's just right in front of you, your trash. It's right on your counter. You get some kind of little trash can or something. And that has been really, really good, too. All right, this is called a Pro Tools M-Powered Essential 8.02 disc with demo. It's a PC Mac DVD-ROM. Now, I showed this in a bins haul, so anytime you see anything, it will have been in a bins haul. So I sometimes just feel like, especially since my husband ships a lot, that I need to pre-pack things. That's part of my listing process, is to pre-pack as I go. It makes it simpler to have either my friend come in when she's available or my husband to ship for me. So, sorry, I need a marker, guys. So that's why I can't show you every single thing, because it's just really important. My husband does not mind, because he is a part of the business and we're both trying to reach this goal together. He is fine with taking 2.5 hours to pack stuff and ship stuff, but I'm just faster at it right now. You know, I'm faster at being able to pull up that bubble wrap and wrap it all up. So it's a waste of our time as a couple to have him do it when this is what I do. This isn't what he does. He's willing to chip in and help, but I'm faster and better at just knowing what goes where, what box to put it in. I'm just better at it, so that's why. So this is going to go 12 ounces. This is going to Providence, Rhode Island. Let me go back. I don't think they used any promotions on this. I'm talking, chatting too much. Nope. It sold via promoted listings, but they did not use a coupon. So this is $49.99 for this little set of discs, and $60.71 all in. So yeah, if the VA is successfully able to get me that video, it'll be out of order. Usually I tell the date on my shipping videos, which today I didn't. Today is March 28th, 2023. So normally I just do a shipping video and upload them, because as you know, I do not edit videos. So as you can tell, so they go right up the minute I'm done with them, because I just do my work on video. That's just always how it's going to be. I don't want to become a video editor of any kind. I know I could hire one maybe someday when I have 1 million viewers. I will do that, but I'm not really into editing. The most disappointing thing for me was like when Storage Wars, that show, I loved that show. And in the beginning, maybe I was naive, but I felt like it wasn't totally staged. I felt like some of it was real and stuff. But then as time went on, it was so scripted. The talk was so scripted. The dialogue, you know, I didn't even trust toward the end that what they opened the storage unit was really what was even in there. That a lot of it hadn't been like planted in there. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but what I'm saying is I like just raw video. I like to see someone open up a storage unit and go in, and I don't care who they are or about their life or anything. I just want to see what they got. So if I'm going to watch videos like that, I watch it on YouTube. I don't watch Storage Wars anymore. It's just too scripted. And so anyway, this is going to Providence, Rhode Island, 533. So that's why the point is that's why I just don't edit a lot of videos. I know I could edit out all of my ums and all of my language problems, and yeah, I could make myself, you know, look a lot better, I'm sure, but I just don't think it's real, and I just don't want to do it. So that is that diatribe, right? We got 2 more, guys, and then I'm going to be pushing it. I got to get to my Zoom call because I need to be there by 8:40. I want to take part in that, like I said, that draft bank. It's not a race. You're not competing with other people, but it's a marathon, so they're having it for 12 hours. Now, I already have a coaching call with a private coach lady that I use, kind of a mentor thing that I do, and I pay for that, and I already have that scheduled for tomorrow, so I didn't know that they were having this listing kind of challenge thing. So, I'll have to miss about an hour of it, which is allowed. You just have to post ahead your goal and, you know, how much you're going to do. So I really want to take part in that. I've just got to figure out logistically, I've got to get all this washed behind me today then, because, you know, I need it for tomorrow, because I know from previous times when I have raced myself or timed myself, in the past, it's been probably since when I first joined the group, like 1.5 years ago, since I've timed myself, but I know that I can, sorry guys, I am going to have to fix that other tape gun. I know for a fact that I can by myself, no help from the VA, photo, put away, you know, photo list, put away, do everything properly, and I can do 75 items in 12 hours if I'm not interrupted, if I'm not making phone calls, if I'm not going upstairs to eat. You know, like you can have nuts and crackers and whatever you like down here, but, you know, and run to the restroom, of course. But if I'm really only listing, I can do 75 items in 12 hours. And so I'll miss about an hour and 10 minutes tomorrow of the time because I have that call that I've already got booked, and I can't change that. So in 11 hours, I think I'm going to make my goal to be just 50, like just because I haven't raced myself for a long time and I don't know how fast I am. So, okay, why am I weighing that again? Duh. Duh, duh, duh. So to participate in that, though, today, everything today has to be getting some listings to my VA and then just a massive cleanup so that my area is even able to handle me listing that much. And plus these clothes have to be washed. So I think that's what I'm going to do today is just, it'll be another day without a whole lot of listings going up. So that'll be going on like 6 days with not a lot of new listings. But I think it'll all pay off in 2 days. So I think I'm going to go for that, guys. And it'll be really fun to be a part of the challenge tomorrow. This is a paparazzi vest. I'm not going to take it out, but this is the fringe that hangs down on the bottom. It's really cute. It's kind of a faux suede feel to it. I guess I would have looked up comps when I got this, but I must have kind of missed it because this took a while to sell. I've had this for about 1,000 listings ago, so it took 8 weeks to sell, which is fine. That's not horrible. But I like 100% sell-through rate items. That's what my goal always is. But on this, it was very pretty, and I think the part of the problem, too, is I have a flat lay. So when you have a really pretty vest with fringe and you put it on a flat lay, it's not going to present as well. I am working on a solution to that, too. I need to find a solution for when I do find really nice dresses and things, on how to quickly be able to photo those too. I can't be walking around to other areas of my house. That takes too long. So anyway, this sold via promoted listings. It did not, no one used a coupon on this. It sold for $17.66 all in. So 10 bucks plus shipping. Let's see if we kept any on the shipping. This is 14 ounces, so I doubt we did. This is kind of a nice heavy, it has a Western flair, I guess, with the faux suede and all of that. Open, 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 open. Okay, let's put 14 ounces in. This is going to Lantana, Florida. Never heard of that place. I bet it's pretty. And actually, I lost a little bit on the shipping. I lost about 28 cents on the shipping because I only charged them $6.50. It's going all the way to Florida, and it costs $6.78, which is why I have kind of a flat rate shipping. I lose a little bit sometimes, and then I, you know, gain some sometimes with other customers, and it's fine. I've never seen any drop in my sales from just having a flat rate. I think it's a lot simpler, and I think that customers know what my shipping is going to be. Now, occasionally I do bulk edit and go up a little bit because the post office keeps going up, but for the most part, I don't have to. Okay. After this, we got one more, guys, and that's going to be just enough time for me to run up and get my milk tea. Do any of you drink milk tea? I drink Thai tea like once in a while. I don't let myself have that all the time because it's just like it's a caffeine rush, and it's got all the yellow dyes in it. I need to order some that doesn't have the yellow dye. I love it, but like to drink down here, if I even dropped a little bit of tea on my shirt, it's like bright yellow dye. So that's the only downside of Thai tea, but I love it. And then so the rest of the day I drink black milk tea. So I drink Earl Grey tea. I brew it, or, you know, I use my electric teapot, put the hot water in there, put my tea bags in there, then I let it steep to where it's pretty dark. Then I add milk and then cream, and then I do use stevia instead of sugar, but, you know, it's so it's not calorie-wise, really. It's just kind of the creamer, which is, I think, I put probably 2 to 3 tablespoons in each one. So I think it's probably 40 calories a glass. And then I do decaf as the day goes on. I make the same concoction with, you know, the Earl Grey decaf and the milk or the cream and then the stevia. And so, yeah, that's what I do. So I got to go get that because I'm trying to stick with my intermittent fasting in the morning. It really works for me. Like right now, I'm not hungry. I mean, I could eat. If I started eating, though, I'll eat the entire day. And that's kind of the issue. That's why it works for me, is if I can just make it 3 or 4 hours after I wake up, if I can just do milk tea and diet soda, and water, which is totally unhealthy, I know, then when I do start eating, I'm just like, even if I am eating all day, it's like a shorter day. So it does help. This is a Diane von Furstenberg dress. It is wool and silk blend, and it is new at tags. So this was a bins find. You know, I had this priced at $70, but I've had this for going on 3 weeks, and that's not very long. But I went ahead. It's a size 8 also, which is a good solid size, but not the largest size in the world. And so I went ahead and I took $40 plus shipping, so $52.65 on this. They did not use my coupon that was available too, so that makes me happy. So yeah, I'll have just enough time to end the video and I'll upload it. I'll get it started uploading and then I'll run up and get my milk tea that I already have ready. So this is going to Camarillo, California, and I'll keep about $1.40 on the shipping. So guys, that's it. I'm going to go get through my first call today, and then I'll have a lot of hours where I'm going to start doing haul videos and getting stuff up to the washing machine. So you'll probably get bombarded with haul videos. I know I could schedule them out, and I might figure that out on YouTube, like schedule one to go up the next few days. But it's okay. I just launch my stuff, and that way you can watch them whenever you want. I hope you will watch them. I think I've got some decent things. I don't know if I have any one bolo. I can't even remember what's behind me now because it's been about 5 days ago since I got home with this haul. But anyway, I think there's some good solid stuff, and then we'll work on our documentation of what I spent, and I hope by the end of the week, in 3 or 4 days, to have that all documented out, and then we can start seeing again how long it kind of takes to get myself paid back. It's kind of hard to do it correctly because all this week I've been getting some pretty decent disbursements from eBay, but yet very little of the new stuff that I just got is a part of that. So, you know, it's hard to factor in when all of this starts to sell. But, either way, we'll just do our best. So guys, take care. I will see you a lot today if you're able to be there. If not, take care. If you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. We're going to do a lot of editing videos this week again, too. I don't have room for all this inventory in my garage. I need to edit a lot of older stuff, figure out why it's still there, and start using a lot of that for consignment if it's not going to move. If it is going to move, I need to figure out why it hasn't. So I'm going to keep pushing all my oldest stuff over and doing all of my editing videos, which I have a lot of good response on. People really seem to like those. So guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in a few hours. Take care. Bye-bye.